Good morning everyone.
Welcome back to the Finca.
Another beautiful day.
Indeed it is.
Our bar is working well.
Yes.
The little fridge is doing us proud and it looks much better.
It does.
Nice and neat.
Clean.
Clean, well,
Top half.
so far.
That's another, brings us to another thing. As you can see above the door there, we've got a massive hole, a massive gap. This must be one of the dustiest areas in the world.
Yes.
And so to try and keep what we've got clean in there, I want to try and do something with this door. I don't know if we made a bit of a boo-boo though, because that door probably won't be tall enough, because we want to lift the floor up inside. This makes sense. So we might need a taller door. If we can modify that, I don't know, but I want to get the frame in and start, at least get some of it blocked off. Another error I possibly made. Obviously I want to put a header in for the frame. I probably should have built it in when I built this side and put the roof on, but I didn't. So I'm going to need to make a bracket to carry it. It's going to want to be about there, I think, so we can get in when the floor's a little bit high without banging heads. So first job is to make a bracket for this side. I have an old piece of something chunky that I can cut up. I have here a big chunky piece of angle which I can cut about there-ish, which will be plenty for my frame. So let's stick that. I'll go and see if I can do it. There's my bracket. I've got some nice black screws I want to use to fix it, and I'm just going to centre punch the holes to give me a mark to drill them out. Automatic centre punch, that is. Smashing and drilling through, 4 in total. Next thing, clean it up, ready for painting. Bit of brake cleaner does the job. Gets rid of the oil from the cutting fluid and other bits, so the paint will stick to it. Smashing. Let it dry off fully, take about 10 seconds, and then we can get some paint on it, black of course. Next we need a header across the top and a side frame.
So we're off with the chairs this morning. I'm going to do, well, we've got 8, so I'm probably going to do 4 and then the other 4 tomorrow, simply because it takes time for it to dry and we'll need to be sitting on them later. Although it won't take long in this weather.
I could have actually done this earlier, but it's going to make the opening smaller, which would have made it more difficult to get this, especially that big sheet in that we use for the shelf. Right, so now's where the fun starts, because I think I'm going to have to cut some of these stones away. Because I don't think the door will shut with it like that. Let's have a look. Move that out of the way. Perhaps a whiff whap at the bottom. See if I can wedge this in place and have a better look. Right, it's not too bad. Sharon held it for me in the end. I need to take off this, a bit of this one here, and a little bit down the bottom, and that should do it. It's not a lot. I'm going to try it with manual tools. There we go. We've got a nice, and close the door without obstructing anything. We've got a nice clean gap there all the way down. We can work with that now. Of course, wood like this won't do on the finger, so I'm going to plane it down, make it look quite new. I've got it secured with clamps and magnets and assortment of things. So let's see what we can do with this. There we go, it's a bit more acceptable. Just the top bit to do now. So, figuring out how to do this, I think I've got it set up so all the shiny bits are inside. I've not done the back, so there's no point, it's going to be against a stone wall. I'm going to put these two bits together now, and then we'll offer it up, check for fit. I've measured the door, the width that I want. I'm just going to screw it together, then we're going to try it, then what we're going to do then, oil it, I think. Because I'm still waiting for our bracket to dry as well. Right, let's do it. Oh, come on. One. Oh dear, I'm doing very well. Okay, smash it, let's go and give it a look. Right, initially not so bad. I've got a bit of a run out from the bottom. The bottom's perfect, so I think I'm just going to cut like 5mm off this just to set it that way a bit, so we got a nice clean straight gap. This door's probably not square, it's 150 years old. It's been out in all weathers for years. So yeah, I'm just going to shave a little bit off that just to allow that to come back, to close this gap at the top. It's perfect at the bottom. Other than that, yeah, it's gonna go alright. So I think we'll get it oiled. I'll chop that off and we'll get it oiled. Perfect. Right, get it oiled. I'm actually also going to need to make stops to put in the door, to stop the door coming right through, but because these ledges go right to the edge, I'm going to have to put shorter pieces in there. I didn't make the door, so in fact some of them might not do. Some fancy stops, but it'd be easier to do them once the frame's actually fixed in place. So we'll get it oiled and then we can look at getting it fixed. There we go, looks like brand new. So we'll just finish it off, let it dry overnight along with that bracket, and then carry on with it in the morning. Time for a nice cold beer?
Oh yes please.
Right, let's get this in. Someone's going to assist me. Spare pair of hands and all that.
Yes.
Pencils in the way now. About there. Can you pass for a level, please?
Yeah.
Let's get it somewhere near. That way. And a wedge. These wedges are what they used to sit the beer barrels on.
Come in very useful, haven't they?
Yes.
We've used them all the time.
Right, there. Check the door. Be able to get rid of this stone as well.
Yeah. Good. Oh, look at that. Looks good to me.
Yeah, I think so. Might want to come forward a little bit. Alright, we'll have a little mess about with it. Get it in the right position. I'm going to fix the bottom first because it's actually touching the stone there. I'm just going to use hammer fixing, a frame fixing, and I'm going to countersink it a little bit so you can't see it. Take it off hammer. And eventually we got through that. That was super hard. Right. There we go. Frame fixers, fantastic. Right, so it just worked out where the bracket needs to go. Put it on, let's get it on. Super, very nice that. Right, I just need to put a couple of makeshift stops on it. We've actually found a little bolt we can use to keep it closed. So that's the next thing to do. Wonderful. There we go, it works. Still a bit to do on it yet, but lubrication on it, I think. It's been in the workshop for Lord knows how long. Super!
And that's the table and the chairs done. Move on to the next job now. So our tomatoes are doing great. However, we've got a couple of little ones in amongst that are struggling a bit because the big ones are taking over and probably starving them a lot of the oxygen as well, because they're underneath all the rest of this foliage. So I've got a couple of minutes. I'm just going to take these out and put them into bigger pots on their own and give them a chance to survive. So I'll get on and do that. Check my glasses are see properly. It'll be very precarious. So that's some nice fresh compost. Got my pots ready. I'm just going to fill these up and transplant them. So there we go. Looking a little bit limp at the moment. This one is already, that was already up there, so he's doing really well. But hopefully they'll recover and they stand more chance now not being suffocated by those two very large plants in the courtyard. Happy days! Got some compost left, so I'm just going to top up our lemon tree here. Tilly's helping, or not, as the case may be. It doesn't go anywhere, it's amazing really.
Unfortunately though, we're going to have to leave this because something's come up which is quite urgent. We're not going to go into it now, we're going to have to wait for the next video to find out, but something potentially dangerous we need to fix. We've been having to think about it this morning. It looks like it's going to be another pretty big project. Hate leaving things half done, but when things become dangerous, it obviously becomes a priority. We're obviously looking forward to getting the office done as well, but we've got to prioritise. So we'll be looking at that on the next video. We'll be starting that off. But this works. It's nice and clean inside. Our fridge and our freezer's in there working. There's only the floor really that's a bit dusty, but we can live with that. We've lived with it for a few years now as it is, so it's not a problem. But probably the last thing to do, then we are super ready for summer, boiling hot summer with temperatures up to 40, 43, 44 degrees Celsius at times, is get our shade cloth up. It's already getting too hot now to sit in the sun, and when it cools off in the evenings we don't need it, it'll still be there, but there's no sun anyway. So we've got a new one because our last one, the sun killed that. It lasted 2 summers. We left it as long as we could to put it up to protect it from the sun because it's in its box. So let's get that up. And we got it the right way around. Would have been a lot easier, but somebody planted a lemon tree here.
I wonder who that was.
Right, first one's going in. It should be the same size as last year's. So get that one in. Until it's chaotic. You've not seen this before, have you not, Till?
This one's hidden behind the vine. Find it.
I can see it. fits that way. This is an ornament too. The next one is on top of wood henge. Oh, look at that. Thank you, mate. That's it.
Excellent.
3 down, 1 to go. Of course the wind comes.
Yes, 2 o'clock wind.
Over here, this way.
Right in that corner.
I'll get it in a minute.
It's up, bit of a struggle, but we've just noticed that it doesn't have an eyelet in the middle. The other one had a little eyelet that when it rained the water could escape through the hole. This one doesn't have one, and it's a bit late now to make one. So we've got plan B as always.
It up now as it comes back. Let's take it lifting. There we go. Plan B.
Plan B?
Plan Y.
Perfect. Yeah, I think it worked really well. I think probably better than the eyelet because we used to, when it rained really heavily, it used to dish in the middle and it was just a little drip through this eyelet. We used to have to poke it with a broom handle.
Yeah, it's still puddled because the eyelet wasn't in the middle.
Yeah, it wasn't in the middle, so I think this is a better option.
Time will tell.
Indeed.
So, we're going to need to take that dog for a walk now.
We do.
Have a nice cold beer shortly.
Oh, yes, sounds good to me.
And, yeah.
As we said earlier, emergency measures mean that we are leaving the bar
Yes.
as is for now. It works, it's functional. But yeah, if you're intrigued,
Exciting new project.
tune in to the next video
project.
for a massive project breaking out.
Yeah. So, thanks for watching. Thanks to everyone that supported the channel. If you made it this far, please consider subscribing and check the little bell. YouTube will notify you every time we upload a video. And we'll see you on the next one.
See you next time.